Well. I'm trying to make this quick. I'm going to make this like a 10-minute video, but, well, this company don't cheat the logs. Here's the deal. We can't look at things one-dimensional. We can't hate small carriers. We can't hate mega carriers. It's actually benefits from working with small carriers. It is. It's actually, and it's benefits from working with big carriers. It ain't just one-dimensional. And also, this is what I realized, because I've been with companies that cheat the logs, that reset. I mean, they don't give you a whole shift, maybe a few hours here, 2 hours there, 3 hours there, type shit. It's benefits from cheating the logs. This is why. The more loads you deliver, the better. Because when you are a live load person, no matter what carrier you are, see, now this is where it doesn't matter the carrier, because they all deal with the problems. When you are a live load person, mean all of your loads are live. What's going to happen? Number one, you're going to be at a dock waiting for hours and going to be behind on the load. Your 14-hour clock is going to get you behind on the load, because it's going to be days you need to work like 16 hours, period. This is for all carriers, is you're going to be at a dock waiting. Now, you know, because your carrier, regardless of who carrier you is, they're going to give you fast load. What do you mean by a fast load? Meaning the load needs to be delivered at tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's 600 miles. Now, and you're going to 2 warehouses that day. Just going to 2 warehouses live load going to fuck your clock up. That's what I've realized. Now that's the fucking problem. Why you said it's going to fuck your clock? Because you're going to this warehouse, sit and wait to get unloaded. They may take 4, 5, 6 hours. You never know. Then you got to go somewhere in the afternoon, sit, wait, get unloaded. You don't know how long they're going to take. So you're dealing with variables. And sometimes you need to drive a little extra depending on the type of load that you got. Carriers realize that. And this is what I've realized too, the match what the carriers say. Some of the carriers, the foreigners. You really, most of the time, 80%, you really can only spend 8 hours in the sleeper, then you got to get back up and drive. Because why do I say that? Because you have tight loads sometimes that need you to get back up and flip this load and get this load going to meet whatever time you need to be there. The only thing about a live load person, your schedule and type of loads are constantly changing. So sometimes just taking a 10-hour break on a tight load puts you way behind. You only should have taken a 2-hour break, 8-hour break, and should have started driving. I mean, other foreign carriers realize this, and they have a point. The pro and negative, the more loads you deliver, more miles you get, the more money you get paid. And same with the carrier. The more money you make, the more, that's just how it goes. Now, being late costs everybody. See, on the negative, being late on live loads costs everybody money. Everybody loses. This is why. Because if you're late on a Friday, it's a disaster. This is why. Let's say the shipper closes at 4 or 5 on a Friday and you don't make it because they gave you 1,000 miles, be there the next day type of shit, and they don't reset your logs. So obviously you're a late motherfucker. So nowhere near you didn't make that delivery. And they don't reset your logs. You only do legal shit. So with doing legal shit, you can't do no cheat shit. So now you're late on that load. Now that Friday warehouse closes at 4. You didn't make it. Now you have to wait all the way until Monday to get loaded. Now you sit on that load for all the days. Now I think really every carrier is eventually going to make some fuck ups and have to sit on the load. I really think so with live loads, because you're dealing with appointment time or you're dealing with a window. You're dealing with a variety of warehouses. What type of warehouses are you going to that day? You don't know. Do they close at 3? Do they close at 4? So really when it comes to live getting unloaded, you really want to get unloaded in the morning and go somewhere else in the afternoon and get loaded. But shit happens. You get flat tire, you get DOT inspection. Shit happens and you may not make it because of events that's out of your control. Now, the only thing, the fucked up scenario is, this is the most fucked up, is that your dispatcher give you loads with all these miles that you legally can't drive, and then your company don't cheat the logs. So then that's the fuckery. Then you ask yourself, why did I get this load? I can't make it. When I get to the shipper, they're gonna be closed. It's a domino effect of being late. Now go back to cheating the logs. This is why some of the carriers got a vital point of cheating the logs. They need you to get there on time, because they're going to make money, you're going to make money, and they're going to give you another load. So everybody makes money in this circle. When you're late and you got all these dumb miles, and but here's the deal. You don't pick your load as a dispatch, as a driver. You don't. But this is one thing I've realized from trial and error and fucks up, is this, that OTR, you go to a variety of warehouses. You don't know what time they close, so it's vital that you be there on time. If you're not, then it can be a domino effect. You can be waiting until Monday to get unloaded. So it's a valid point on both sides. The only thing fucked up when I work with these warehouse carriers that don't cheat the logs, and they give you 1,000 miles, be there the next day, you're not going to be there the next day. You can only do 500 miles. You can only do this mile, that mile. You can only do what's giving. This is why the two small carriers, like when I worked with Rondell, he was a little bit more relaxed on the logs, but he never really gave me 1,000 miles be the next. He was probably my best dispatcher, was Rondell. I rarely got a heavy load, and I rarely got something with a crazy amount of loads. But he didn't care about the logs. He didn't reset the logs all the time, but he was the smaller carriers was way more relaxed, because they're trying to make money. The more loads you deliver on time, the better. You make money, they make money. Period. Remember, everything, the type of loads that you're getting is always changing. Some fast, some slow, so you're constantly changing. It's not like it's a set dedicated account. You deliver this, then no, it's constantly changing. And the type of warehouse is constantly changing too. That's what nobody talks about. All warehouses are not the same. The biggest negative is being late on a Friday. That's the biggest negative, because you may have to sit until Monday. They may close at 4. You can't make 4. They may close at 5, and you can't make 5 up. You should wait till Monday. Now, it really goes back to the dispatch. You ask yourself, why the fuck did the dispatcher give you an excess of miles of load, and you can't drive illegally? You can only drive legal. It's a debate I've had with several dispatchers, man. Like I said, dispatcher to me make or break you, because you can. Here's the deal. It doesn't really matter the carrier. When it come to live loads, you have warehouses that have a window on appointment. So that's why being late with live loads sucks in so many different areas. It costs you money. It kind of costs money being late. You see why they reset the logs a little bit? Because you may need an extra hour, extra 2 hours, and everybody making money. You delivering that load, you picking up that load, you making Look at it both ways now. I've been with so many carriers, Then the other carriers where you trying to deliver, they don't cheat the logs here. So if they don't cheat the logs, now you really have to evaluate the loads that you get and how long you wait at the docks. How long you gonna be waiting at? Because you're gonna be waiting at docks. It's gonna put you behind warehouses. It just is what it is. Do they do split super berth? Some companies do it. Some companies do not do that. They only do a 10-hour. If they do a 10-hour reset, you're gonna be late on loads. Because just to think about when everything is live load. This is my personal opinion. You really can only stay in a sleeper berth 8 hours, especially like Monday through Friday type shit. You need the 8 hours in sleeper, get your ass up, start moving. Now on the weekends, you can, because usually you can get a 500-mile load. This is how, like a lot of carriers do. You get a 500-mile load, let's just say Friday afternoon. It's not due until Monday. That's like that with a lot of carriers. It may be 5, 6, or 700 miles, but you pick it up Friday afternoon. It's not. So on the weekend loads, most likely, oftentimes you have the longest time. During a week, sometimes they want you. You may have title loads. It just depends. So it varies now. See, when you work a dedicated freight, you don't deal with this shit. It's only this type loads. So it's a variable. See, the driver, think about the driver, another negative real quick, is that you don't know what type of warehouse you're walking into. So is it an appointment only? Do they have a window? That's the only thing about the OTR type of guy. Then I calculated, like with the carriers that cheat the logs, we show this same comment. Like, you can only spend 8 hours in the sleeper broker. Then you got to get your ass up and start moving. Now, think about OTR. What type of load did you get? Is it a fast load or is it a slow load? Did you send excess hours at the dock, waiting and waiting and waiting? Did they take 5 hours to load you and put you behind? That's the thing that you don't know. Now receivers, in my opinion, receivers going to deliver, they should have windows. Now I will say a lot of receivers do have windows. Like, if you come through this window and we'll get you unloaded. Most people are not like Walmart, but some people are like Walmart. If you're not there at 8 a.m., we're not gonna unload you. So you know what I mean? Then now the only bad thing, the real fuck up that will make you mad is your dispatcher. When they don't reset your logs, or they don't give you no hours. That means you only got legal hours. You only got legal hours. And you will run behind. You're gonna be running behind. It just is what it is, because docks, you're gonna run behind. It just because nothing is set in stone. You're dealing with a lot of variables. Though. Now, and a lot of times, what I would say after being out here a lot of times, like I said, you only can really spend 8 hours in the sleeper boat. Spending 10 hours in the sleeper boat put your ass behind on tight loads. It just does. Like, seriously, it just to sum it up, it just does.